What's up, world, and welcome back to Double Tap. I'm Jesse.
I'm Dallas.
I'm Colin.
I'm Demi.
Guys, this is our Comic-Con special.
Fwan, fwan, fwan.
All right, so we should move on to the TV show sides of things. First up on the list is Doctor Who, which me, Colin, and Jesse are we?
Hell
huge
yeah,
fans?
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, would you call yourself a
I mean,
huge
I
fan?
wasn't. Not recently.
Not recently.
I was.
Okay.
I haven't.
We are
been-
fans.
Yeah,
we are big fans. We're not huge fans.
We are huge fans of
I
certain
feel like
seasons.
at a Doctor Who convention, we would not be.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We're not standing out anyway.
Good
We'd
point.
be of
we,
the lessers.
Would we
you
be
know?
in the first place?
Nah. That's the
I
thing.
would go.
I would go to a Doctor Who
Yeah, I
convention.
would
definitely.
actually.
I suppose I would go if you were going, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
like. Let's go.
But like
to Cardiff,
we wouldn't be
like, no.
of the nerds there. We would be the lessers.
Probably.
But that being said, we can
That
speak
trailer.
on this because the trailer was great.
That trailer was amazing.
Yeah.
And I haven't been this excited for Doctor Who in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped watching.
Since
Yeah, so did I.
Tennant and Davies left.
Yeah. I don't think I've been this
Because I
excited
liked
since Tenet.
Matt Smith's stuff, some of it, and I liked some of Peter Capaldi's stuff, but
I
none of
didn't
it
love it.
made me excited.
Yeah.
This,
To the point
Yeah,
where I
it seems
stopped
fun.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually, I was excited for the 50th anniversary
Okay, so was I.
Yeah, that was a cool-
That's fair.
event amongst me and my peers.
But 13, I'm just like, oh man, I'm so stoked.
Yeah, she looks great. The look of the show looks great.
I think that's also
sense.
like it's weird to like have stopped watching it and to come back and it looks so different.
I mean, that's what happened when Tennant and Davies left. Matt Smith and Moffat came in with a completely different look and feel and tone and
But
everything.
I mean, even just
We're doing that again.
production value just seems like it. And we've always said that Doctor Who, as the years go by, the production value continues to get better and better. So this time,
I
to
think
be away for the last couple of years and to come back and look at it, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
if Game of Thrones wasn't out there, Doctor Who would have the best production value on TV, unless there's some like Netflix thing I'm not thinking of, but there's a lot on Netflix.
There's
But,
so much on Netflix.
Yeah,
I don't-
but yeah, it looks great. I'm glad we're bringing colors back into it. Talking a lot about colors on this podcast. The colors in this one look great.
You have a thing about colors? So do
Yeah.
I, to be honest, but I
Yeah.
don't talk about them often.
I think that one shot of like them in front of a green screen is funny because I just feel like they didn't bother getting rid of the green screen, just use it as the aesthetic of the planet. Which, hey, cool. Got a green sky. I like it.
13 looks like she's going to be a lot of fun, though. And we have a new showrunner.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Jodie Whittaker is also a really good actress.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to see what she does. And just like, also, I think they said at the panel that, it's going to be a 10-episode season and it's going to be 10 standalone stories
Yay.
that, might have like a through line, but that's not going to be the focus,
Mhm.
Thank God.
which is great in general because I got real tired of Moffat storytelling, but also just like coming back into it after not being there for a couple of years. That's nice to know that this is
You're not
going to
missing
be
anything.
for people who maybe haven't been watching it.
Yeah, I don't mind the through lines. I minded Moffat's through lines because his through lines sucked and were just ridiculously convoluted.
They were like convoluted and not convoluted at the same time because we would get to the end of the season and you'd get your answer and you're like, that's like the easiest answer possible.
Yeah.
But we came to this
But
conclusion
to
in the most
me,
convoluted
he was
way.
miniaturized inside a robot made of himself or something.
What?
You know.
What is that?
It was Matt Smith. There was the silence are going to kill him. How are they going to survive
Oh,
it? Turns out
yeah.
there was a robot and he was inside the robot.
He
I
was
must
in a
have
Matt
skipped that.
Smith robot and he was inside of it, and that's how he avoided dying.
Yeah.
It was
I
bad.
forgot about that.
I must have skipped that episode.
I think you just mentally skipped it. which is
I
fine.
mentally skipped a lot of Matt
But
Smith's
yeah, now
era.
Moffat's storylines are like leaving your house, walking for 5 hours, and then ending up at the house next door. That's what Moffat's storylines feel like.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Could have just hopped the fence.
it's that, but it's walking for 5 hours because you keep getting told that you're going somewhere amazing that's
Yeah.
really far away and it's going to blow your mind when you get there. And oh my God, you can't wait. What's going on? What's down the street? What's down the street? Oh, it's just the house next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Like I remember there was the Christmas episode, and I think it was a Moffat Christmas, or it was a Smith Christmas episode. And I just remember watching the episode, and we were going through it. And Colin, I think you were watching it with us, and I think Drew predicted the ending 10 minutes before it happened. And I think I was expecting something so much more complicated because it's Moffat. And then we got to the end, and Drew had predicted it, and I was just like, all right, what? We spent 50 minutes coming to that conclusion? Seriously? That, like, are you, what? It was just, every single season was just like that. Every episode.
If you're ever curious and you have like 2 hours to kill, there's a guy on YouTube who made a really long video about why Sherlock is bad. I watched that on 4th of July, and it was some of the best time I've
because
ever had.
Moffat is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
primarily. Well, Moffat and Gatiss, obviously, but whoo boy, it was just like
Sherlock is great for half the show. There's 4 seasons, right?
yes.
Cool. 2 of those suck, but 2 of those are great.
2 of those are,
So, you know,
I'm going to be honest
batting
here.
50-50, which is an F. But
Even the first 2 seasons, I was like, yeah, this is a great show, but I don't care. So I was
man.
not that I was not as
The,
interested. I fell asleep during episode 5 2 or 3 times before I finally got through it.
Wait, that's
That's the,
episode 2 of season 2, right? That is my favorite episode.
that's the Baskerville Hounds one.
Oh, no, never mind. Now we're thinking
You're
different.
thinking of episode 1 of season 2, probably.
Am I? That's the one with the woman-
Irene?
Irene. Oh yeah,
That's
one of the
episode
best
one.
Yeah,
episodes
that's
of
my
anything
favorite
ever.
episode
Yeah.
of that series. But
Back to
no.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And actually, Matt Smith has one of his Christmas specials, the Christmas Carol episode. It was one of my favorite Doctor
I
Who
think that's
episodes.
is that the one
It's the one with Dumbledore.
was that the one with the plane?
Yeah,
That's the one that Drew predicted the ending to.
but that one's not setting up a mystery or anything. It's just
There was a mystery. Was that the one with the box?
no.
Oh, maybe we're talking about 2 different Christmas
Yeah,
specials.
Dumbledore plays Scrooge. Mark,
Maybe
Michael
I didn't-
Gambon.
Michael Gambon plays.
I think by that point I'd
basically
probably
Scrooge.
given up on Doctor Who.
I think so too, because
I
that
think-
one is great.
I think
But
I'm
Amy
talking
and
about
Rory are stuck on a plane the whole time.
I think I was talking about the Christmas episode from the year before, with different kids at all. I don't even think the companions are in it.
Oh, I
I
don't
think there were
remember.
kids in it. I think it's more
But
like
yeah.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh yeah, that one sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he does the wardrobe thing. And he's like trying
Yeah.
to take him to a planet that's going to be nice, but then he takes him to a planet that's at war with the trees or something.
Oh shoot, that might not even be the one I'm talking
Jesus.
about. Either. I don't know.
To me,
They're all
but
bad.
that is the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe one. Because
Yeah.
it's 2 Christmas episodes where the doctor goes, hey, I want to give this person a Christmas adventure similar to a story of Christmas. So he like deliberately makes a Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe reference in the adventure he's going to have. And then he deliberately makes Michael Gambon go through the Christmas Carol storyline.
So the point of this whole conversation has been that we are excited about this 13th Doctor.
Also, all new villains. We're not
Yeah?
getting any Daleks, any Cybermen, anyone who's ever no angels,
Thank
no
God.
silence, nobody who was no monsters that we've seen before.
I'm down.
Yeah.
It's
I like
gonna
me
be
some Daleks, but yeah, they've had their time.
It's gonna be a fun time. I'm excited to go back to the Doctor Who universe.
The Doctor Who-niverse.
Yeah, that thing. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That was
It's
Doctor
fun.
Who.
That's Doctor Who.
Dallas, any thoughts on Doctor Who whatsoever?
Does he watch Doctor Who?
No.
If you're at all interested, it sounds like this will be a really good jumping on point.
Yeah, this would
No.
actually be it.
You know what this sounds like?
Why?
Marathon!
Does it?
Of what?
Doctor Who!
But like what?
Scared.
Who! Doctor Who!
But like what though?
Doctor
We're
Who!
not
But like
watching
what?
60 years
No,
of
we
Doctor
can watch our
Who.
favorite episodes.
Okay.
The ones that we think would sell
So
Dallas.
basically,
you know?
let's watch all the
The Girl with
Davies.
the Fireplace.
That's a Moffat
Blink.
episode. I love how you like you Moffat episodes.
When
Yeah, he
Moffat
made
is
great
writing
episodes.
single episodes
Alright.
and has people telling him what not to do,
Human
he's
Nature,
great.
Family of Blood.
Human Nature is fantastic. That's
Yeah.
not a Moffat episode.
Good.
That's a Neil Gaiman episode, if I remember correctly.
No, I think he only did Nightmare in Silver and The Doctor's Wife.
Did he not do Human Nature and Family?
I
of
don't
Blood?
think so.
I'm
The
gonna
Doctor's
look
Wife.
that up now.
I like that one
I know.
a
you
lot.
do.
Which episode was that one again?
Where the TARDIS becomes sentient.
I don't remember if I liked that one or not.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot.
This is why I said we're not Doctor Who huge fans. Doctor Huge fans.
This is.
But
I like certain pieces of
we
it.
like it. Yeah, we're decently sized fans. I think.
I love the concept.
Don't look at me like that, Colin. Don't look at me like that, Colin. Don't
They
mouth.
can't see it.
You're right. It wasn't
He's
Neil Gaiman.
mouthing obscenities in my direction.
Is he?
Yeah.
I can't see him. I'm not looking
Yeah,
at him.
you could look at him.
I'm not gonna do it.
He's literally right next to you.
Anyway, we should move on.
I'm moving on to what's probably the only thing me and Jesse are probably the only ones excited about it. Clone Wars. And
Yeah.
even then, I'm not super excited because I didn't watch the original series.
I
It kind of means that I have to watch the original series.
like
now.
exactly half of Clone Wars. Because they have, for anyone who watches Clone Wars, they will have a Mortis trilogy, which is fantastic. But then they'll also have, like, Jar Jar's secret girlfriend who gets her own trilogy. And it's...
What?
Jar Jar Binks has a secret girlfriend who is a queen on some planet somewhere named Julia. And my little sister Julia was upset about that because I found a character named Jessie who was a badass clone trooper, part of Anakin's elite squad within the 501st Legion, who then eventually follows him when he becomes Vader and becomes part of Vader's fist, and it's just really cool. He becomes a stormtrooper and one of the most elite. I'm like, yeah, that's a cool character to be named after. And then I was like, hey, I found a character named Julia. It's Jar Jar Binks' secret girlfriend.
Well, that's unfortunate for your younger sister.
Right.
Yeah, I just never could get into the Clone Wars. I tried to again last year, and it did not work.
Marathon.
I'm going to try to get into it again now that there's going to be the continuation of the series to finish it off. Hopefully I'll be able to get into it. I'll probably just follow according to the chronological, that list that has
It's on
been
Google.
released on the
Also,
internet.
there is a list because the bad episodes tend to be universally considered the bad episodes. So you can just skip to the good ones.
Great. I'm planning to do that.
Not one of those. But yeah, I find it weird that we're getting this because A, I feel like nobody was asking for it. B,
I guarantee, but it seems like fans are very happy to have
fans
it.
are very happy about it. But also B, I feel like we got the resolutions
From
that
Rebels.
Filoni wanted to put in Clone Wars, in Rebels. So it's kind of weird that it's like, oh, Ahsoka's back.
But I mean, Filoni's in charge of this one too, I'm assuming.
He is, yes.
So, I mean, I guess maybe
Filling in the gaps.
maybe he's worked out a way to do it where it doesn't feel like we're watching the
Just
same
filler.
thing again. Maybe not filler. Maybe he's found like maybe he's adjusted his ideas from the original to fit into this new.
Oh, I'm sure he has, but I am worried that it's going to feel like filler.
Hopefully
Because
it won't.
we know where the story ends up. We know where the story began, and you're just putting stuff in the middle.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'm curious about Maul because I want to see how he gets from where we left him
Yeah.
in Clone Wars, where Palpatine grabs him and says, "You're going to work for me now," to where he is in Solo, to where he is in Rebels. Because those are three vastly different places in his life. I want to, if this show can fill in those gaps, that'd be great.
I will say that I think that this was the most surprising news to come out of Comic-Con.
Definitely,
'Cause
nobody saw it
nobody
coming.
saw that coming.
Also, I love the way they did it, where they had a panel just kind of in celebration of Clone Wars, and then at the end, I think it was Filoni who was like, "Hey, do we have anything else for the fans tonight?" And somebody else was like, "I think we have a video clip." And Filoni was like, "Cool, play it." And they just showed that trailer of like the clone helmets announcing that Clone Wars was going to come back without any build up to it, any context whatsoever. They just showed the clip, which I think is an awesome way to do it for the fans who were there.
Star Wars has a tendency of doing that sometimes too.
No, I feel like Star Wars has a tendency of announcing everything they're going to do for the next 20
Well,
years.
that's been recently now, but at first it was very much here's some random footage that we have to show you, and yeah, they used to do it a lot more.
Maybe. Back in the days before the internet. But yeah, I am intrigued.
I'm also
As long
intrigued.
as it
It's
falls
Star
more
Wars.
into the good part of Clone Wars and less into the bad part of Clone Wars.
I'm intrigued because it's Star Wars, and I'm down. I think I would have been more interested to have something from Resistance, which is the next show that we're getting, or Jon Favreau's live-action Star Wars
Yeah.
show.
I
but-
noticed, similar to DC, I feel like they're not announcing their future plans because they're in a spot right now with the fans.
That's
a not
fine.
good spot.
I'm okay with that. I feel like we should go back to an era where we don't announce absolutely everything that we have coming up.
Same. Especially because, then problems happen.
Yeah.
And they become bigger problems because we wanted it to go a certain way.
Next up, we have Night Flyers. I don't know if anybody is interested
Colin, this
in
is
that.
all you, buddy.
Yeah, Colin, you're interested in that? I have no idea what it's about.
I'm interested in it because it's based on a George R. R. Martin short story. That being said, I'm probably going to check out the pilot, and then I'll probably end up noping out of it because it's very clearly horror.
That
But,
makes sense.
I feel some sort of loyalty to George R. R. Martin, so I feel like I have to at least try it, One of those things. But, it's people on a spaceship that's trying to kill them.
It's fascinating.
I think you combine George R. R. Martin with Haunted Spaceship, I'm intrigued at the very
See, the
least.
thing is, I am and I'm not. Because I feel like I don't know how he is at writing mysteries. There's only
Fair.
one mystery I can think of from the books that hasn't paid off yet. So,
Well, but there were a lot of mysteries that just we've gotten payoffs for now, like who is John's mother, and
all right, good point. I just wonder, yeah, he's good at killing people, but that's not what I'm interested in. So if that's all this is, I don't know.
that's fair. It could turn into like a standard slasher,
Yeah.
where just the ship starts killing off characters we love.
It's going to turn into Game of Thrones where everybody dies. But
See,
it's
that's the thing.
ship.
Like,
But see,
because
that's
Game of
not what
Thrones-
makes Game of Thrones good.
No,
So-
it's not.
It could go either way. So we'll see what side it is. But yeah, I think I'll join you in watching that pilot because it has my interest. We'll see if it gets my attention.
I don't know if I'm interested. We watched the trailer and I still wasn't paying attention because we were trying to set up the podcast. So.
I also say that my attention tends to slip when that trailer comes on. Like, just for whatever reason, I'm like,
You just can't pay
I'm
attention to
not
it.
focused on it. It doesn't grab me. So that maybe it's coincidence. I have a short attention span, and it clicked during that trailer, or maybe it's the trailer's fault for not keeping my attention. I don't know. But yeah,
Back into superhero stuff. We've got a couple of Marvel things coming. Well, we've got a couple of just superhero stuff, period. So Marvel Rising is the new animated TV show that Marvel is releasing on Disney XD.
it looked adorable.
It looks absolutely adorable. Like, I will say that. I was already looking forward to it because I love a lot of the characters that are in it, as well as quite a number of the actresses who are in it.
Yeah.
But it looks adorable. Looks like fun.
Been looking forward to Squirrel Girl. Jesus
Squirrel
Christ.
Girl.
Squirrel girl. She's a squirrel. She's a girl. It's not that hard.
It's hard to say. Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
Yeah,
I'm
you're,
looking forward to Squirrel Girl to.
You sound like you're choking on your words.
you're excited
Yeah.
about her.
Yes.
I'm excited to see her in anything, just because I only know of her through hype.
And her live action TV show hasn't come out yet, even though
Yeah.
it's been announced for like years.
Right.
Is it the same actress in that?
I believe it is. Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's Melina.
Didn't it sound like Anna Kendrick? I'm just kidding.
Stop it.
But yeah. Also, Daisy Johnson coming back as Quake. I enjoy her in
Chloe
Agents of
Bennett?
Shield. Chloe Bennett, yes, playing Daisy Johnson as
AKA Quake.
Yes. I enjoy her in Agents of Shield, and bringing her back is cool. I just hope they keep the character. If Chloe Bennett's coming back to play the character, I want her to have the same character, as in, the quippy, smartass.
So she
kinda-
still has like the same
Personality.
essence.
Yeah.
Basically.
Which no reason for me to think that they're not going to, especially if they went to the trouble of getting Chloe Bennett to come in and voice her.
I'm really excited about Dove Cameron playing Gwen Stacy because for the longest time until Into the Spideyverse, she was the only person that had played Gwen Stacy in anything animated. And she always seemed like she did a great job, and she loves the character of Gwen. So to the point where I was like, I would love to see her play a live action Gwen Stacy, which now isn't going to happen because she was on Agents of Shield.
Haley
But-
Steinfeld is playing that character in Into the Spideyverse.
Yeah, and Into the Spideyverse.
And I just have a weird feeling she's going to be awesome at it.
I was just slightly disappointed that it was Haley Steinfeld, even though I love her, because I was just like, Dove Cameron does such a great job of playing Gwen. But it's okay, because now Dove has an entire animated series where
She
she's going to play Gwen.
sounds so much like Ashley Johnson. I don't know
Dove?
if you know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Colin, you know who that is. Dallas, you know who that is.
Ashley Johnson. Oh, is that Last of Us?
Yeah, Ellie from Last of Us.
Oh.
She sounds just like her, to the point where I was confused because I knew you were so excited that Dove Cameron was in this show.
Yeah.
And when I heard her speak, I'm like, wait, that's Ashley Johnson. Why is Demi excited? And then they did the split screen showing that it was Dove Cameron, and now I don't know what's real.
Yeah, she changes up her tone to do Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
Kayla said the same thing. She said, "Is that the girl from Last of Us?" Or she said, "Is that the girl
That's
from the
right.
game you guys were always
Yeah,
playing?"
yeah, she
Yeah.
did. So, yeah, she sounds just like her. Colin, thoughts on Ashley Cameron?
Who with the what now?
Dove Cameron?
I don't know
Gwen
anything about her.
He doesn't know
She
anything
sounds like
about her.
Ashley Johnson. You like Ashley Johnson. You like her voice.
Yeah, I mean, I like the character she's playing, and I think she does it well. I don't know that I like her voice specifically. She's also not in this show, so it really doesn't matter.
But, like, she kind of is, though. That's my
But
point.
like she
Oh my
is
Weird.
gosh.
though,
she's
because it's
not,
a
though.
different person with a
Definitely.
different
Sounds like
voice.
the same person, similar personality.
I feel like you're just
Reflections of
you're
her
not-
tone.
you're not giving Dove Cameron a fair shake here.
That's fair.
Especially because she's been playing Gwen Stacy for quite a while now.
I like what's her name? Ashley Johnson. I like her voice because she's Tara from Teen Titans,
Yeah, that's it.
and that show was awesome.
Yeah, but Dove definitely does a different thing with her voice when she's playing Gwen. Makes her sound a little
Dove
bit
definitely
more.
does a different thing.
Yes,
Damn.
that alliteration though.
I will say, even though he's not in the trailer, I am really excited for Tyler Posey
Yeah.
to be voicing someone because he's cool and
I've
he's
loved
great.
Tyler Posey for so long.
I'm a little confused by the trailer though, because he's not in it. America Chavez isn't in it.
Yeah.
They might be the only ones not in it, but it seems kind of weird that they're just not there.
I feel like maybe
You know?
they're only giving footage from the first episode, and maybe those two just aren't in the first episode.
You know what? Maybe.
Maybe they're bringing them in for later.
Yeah, this was like a really cool show that I'll never watch.
I will definitely watch it.
I'll probably introduce it to Julia. And
Yeah.
just-
But I mean, yeah, that's
let
what it's
her
meant
have
for.
this.
It's meant for young girls.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
definitely made for
it's one of
them.
those. It's not a family show. It's a kids show.
You never know.
Never know. But
It-
just
it
based on the
could be.
trailer, like yeah.
But it's definitely, the demographic is definitely
Oh yeah.
for young girls to get them into comics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Get
I'm
them
glad
into
it exists
superheroes.
for the kids.
Same.
Yeah, exactly. So other Marvel stuff we have is Iron Fist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I think Colin is the only one who genuinely enjoys that show.
Yeah, on the planet.
I No, that's not true. Actually, I know somebody else who actually genuinely enjoys that show.
Well, they have treatment centers now.
I think that show got better as it went along, but still ended up being okay.
Yeah, I think the final episode is garbage, which tells you how I felt about the episodes before it. Because I agree with you.
Yeah, there are things about that show that I enjoy, but it's not enough to outweigh the bad stuff of that show.
Yeah, it was not good. It was the first real kind of blow, I think, for me for the MCU. Because even Iron Man 2, Thor 2, those are enjoyable to watch. Iron Fist was a chore to get through.
I watched it in 2 days.
Everyone else thinks that way. Let's talk to someone who doesn't. Colin, talk about Iron Fist.
All right, I watched that when it came out. I don't really remember it, but all I remember the moment was, I want to say the end of the 4th episode is when Madame Gao pulls out a cane sword. And from then, it was pretty much like, okay, I'm here for it. Let's go.
To be fair, the end of episode 4 is when the show actually starts to pick up and get good.
What happened at the end of episode 4?
Madame Gao pulls out a cane sword. What else do you need me to tell you?
What I remember is that the end of episode 4 was when Danny Rand actually became a part of the actual story that the show was trying to tell us. Because I felt
remember what that story was.
It was about the hand. The whole, the whole thing was about the hand. But like, I just remember like the first 4 episodes, like anything to do with the hand had nothing to do with Danny, and Danny had nothing to do with it.
Gotcha.
And then when we got to the end of episode 4, Danny finally became a part of that story, and it was like, finally, great, you're finally a part of what we're supposed to be doing.
I will grant you that Madame Gao is an awesome character.
She's amazing.
And she is never more awesome than she is in Iron Fist. That being said, everything else in that show sucks.
That's not how I feel. Claire Temple, I think, is at her best in Iron Fist.
Ooh, nah.
Yeah,
I'd give you Luke Cage or Daredevil
that's
over Iron
my
Fist.
favorite version of Claire Temple is Iron Fist. Because I love that she calls out Danny whenever the time is right.
She's great in Iron Fist. But
I love her
not
in
my
Iron
favorite
Fist.
version of
It's
her.
my favorite version of her.
Because also I feel like she calls
should
out Danny because
probably-
Danny sucks.
I should probably rewatch Daredevil and maybe see if maybe that undoes that. But I think Iron Fist was my favorite version.
Yeah, she calls out Matt Murdock a lot. But I feel like
she does.
when she does it with Matt, there's more of a nuance there because Matt is a character we're supposed to root for, and you're kind of with him in the.
But I mean, you're supposed
back and
to
forth.
root for Danny.
Yeah, nobody roots for Danny except for Colin.
I root for him.
But Danny is an
Luke Cage.
annoying character, even to the other characters in the show.
Yes.
Like, he is everything that we feel about him. The other characters react to him in the same way. Whereas Matt, it's like at least there's a dichotomy there. Like, are you this? Are you that? Danny is just like.
Until you get to Luke Cage.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're talking about Danny
Luke
of
Cage.
the past. We've gotten at least an updated Danny from
I mean, 'cause
the
even
little
in
bit he was in Luke Cage.
In
Huh?
Defenders,
Season
he's
2.
still a little bit annoying too.
Oh, he was.
I mean, like,
so
you know,
awful
when
in
he's in Luke
Defenders.
Cage.
Yeah, finally.
You've all seen Luke Cage, right? I don't think
Except
Colin
for
has.
Colin is
but
not,
that
but
one
he's not
episode
good.
of Luke Cage,
Like,
he's
he's
fantastic.
Great, and that's the Danny that I've
I
wanted
wanted.
since it started. And this trailer, I feel like we're gonna get the Danny that we want.
Yes.
And the trailer's not bad. Like the little shot
The
of him like
teaser?
about to punch the ground. Yeah,
just him fighting.
That's
It's pretty
the
cool.
best fight scene that Finn has done.
yeah.
Throughout
That means
the,
nothing,
oh,
but
you know
yes.
what? Maybe the Luke Cage fight might be better.
Oh yes, the Luke Cage fight was great.
But
With him
that's
in
like
it.
the best solo
Gears for Hire.
fight that Finn has gotten to do for
Yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Fist.
Here's the thing. I liked him a lot in Luke Cage Season 2. I thought, oh, cool. Change of pace. Nice. However, that was a different Danny in Luke Cage Season 2. That was a good thing. He comes in, he's like, hey, what's up, man? Boom, high five. How's it going? Yeah, what's up? This trailer had what felt like to me old Danny Rand, which is, I am the immortal Iron Fist. It is my destiny to protect the city.
But
and that's
see,
a Danny Rand I don't like.
I think the difference that I feel here is that it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to protect everybody from the hand. It's not something that feels like it's been drilled into his brain. For me, what I got out of this was I'm protecting this city because Matt Murdock is gone. And somebody has to do it. And I'm going to be the one to do it. And I like the idea of him taking up that mantle and feeling like somebody has to do it. So it's going to be me and not like somebody forced him to take on this mantle and do it.
I feel like he's still going to have that. Like, it is my burden to protect this city now.
We'll
because
see.
Matt Murdock sacrificed himself
There's
for
a
me.
there's a new showrunner, so we'll see if it's
True.
better.
Also, we can't just get him being the way he was in Luke Cage because that doesn't make a TV show. You can't have 13 episodes of him just chilling in the barbershop. So I think we're going to
I'd
get that
watch it.
side of Danny like
Meditating.
in the show.
Yeah.
But for the purposes of like selling the trailer, it's like, remember last time we saw him?
Sure.
Matt was dead, quote unquote.
I think it would have been cool if we saw him beat up those guys in the alley,
Mhm.
right? And then it cuts to him showing up at Colleen's or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, how was your day? And he just like sits, puts his bare feet up on the
Yeah.
counter or whatever. He's like, it was all right.
Which I think, like, since this is a teaser, we're just gonna get he can punch. But like,
Sure.
if we get an actual
Trailer?
I think we're gonna get more of both sides of it.
Hopefully.
For sure.
Yeah.
So new showrunner. Also, Misty is going to be a series regular this season.
I'm not shipping it. I know the comics want me to ship it, but I can't ship it because there's no
excited.
chemistry between those characters.
Those two characters have never met, so you don't know that.
Exactly. But I also like him and Colleen.
I don't. I
I
hated
think
that.
Colleen can do better, but like.
I hated that entire storyline.
But did you hate it because you thought it was? I mean.
No,
probably
I actually
not well
hated
done.
that entire storyline.
Yeah.
Not even because I know that Danny's supposed to be with Misty, but because I hated that
But I
storyline.
liked it in Defenders and also in Luke Cage season 2.
I didn't like it there either.
Really?
No,
Okay.
I didn't like it. I don't like them together as a couple. But
Not
yeah,
just because the comics.
no, not just because of the comics. I think it was horribly written, and I think Colin can do better.
Colin, can you do better?
No.
Cool.
I
Then
think
Danny, Colin, you can do better than Danny Rand.
what
Give yourself some credit.
what Luke Cage did well for me was setting up the Heroes for Hire and setting up Daughters of the Dragon.
Yeah.
But their relationship, I don't care. I don't like them together. I don't think it's a good. I think their setup was horrible, so them together.
Really cannot see Finn Jones and I'm blanking
Simone
on,
Missick.
Yeah, her. Together. Just I
Same.
can't see it at all.
I'm willing to see it if it happens. But yeah, no, I
I
just
feel like the Misty that they've set up in this show is not going to have time for
Like-
Danny's bullshit.
she's not.
Same.
But regardless of shipping,
'Kay.
I am excited because Misty and Colleen and Daughters of the Dragon.
Yes.
I
give
get
you that.
more screen time of Misty, and I love Misty,
Mhm.
and I love her and Colleen. Like, forget
She's
Misty
got
and
a
Danny.
robot arm.
Misty and Colleen together. It's a horrible looking robot arm. Shuri needs to come and give her a new one.
Yeah, but like, I'll give it to him because TV budget. I get it. It's just a black glove, but still.
Not even. I mean, like the whole arm as a piece is just a horrible looking thing.
Yeah, TV budget.
Whatever.
They can't all be Bucky.
But like, I'm excited just to see more of her, and I love that she's a series regular and not just a recurring role. Like, she's gonna
Yeah.
be on this show.
Her arm looks better than Yo-Yo's did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I might argue with you on that, but I can't remember either of their arms right now. So I just remember not liking Misty's throughout the entirety of the
All right.
season.
I do want to see it turn into a gun at some point.
Oh my god, I don't know if that's ever.
I don't
gonna
think
happen.
these shows won't do that, but
All right.
it would be cool.
So continuing on with the horribly received superhero shows, we also got a trailer for Titans. Ow.
Sorry.
That was a noise. Yes, you care to elaborate on that?
I mean, that pretty much covers it.
Okay, cool.
You know, like,
um,
Jesus Christ, this trailer. Which I hate that it was the first big trailer we got of Comic-Con. this year.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when it was announced, I was happy. I was like, oh my God, Titans.
Me too.
And Teen Titans is one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. So, like, this is near and dear to my heart. And, man.
I'm sorry.
I enjoyed.
Man, I'm upset.
So
Like,
I enjoyed the Titans comics that I've read recently.
yeah.
And so when I saw that trailer, I was like, "This isn't Titans. What am I watching? What is this?"
It's just, there's so many. And I don't know where to start.
It tried. Okay, I'm gonna start here.
Neither do they.
It tries to be edgy when it does not need to be. Like
Yeah.
when I saw the TVMA logo pop up at the beginning of the trailer, I went, "Wait a minute, what is this?" And what
Parental
am I
advisory.
Yeah, that was weird. That's part of the trailer.
Yeah.
That's not like a red band that pops up before the trailer. No, that is part of the trailer.
Well, it's a
Just
red.
so you
but
know,
the funny
we're
thing is,
MA.
the funny thing is, it's red though. It is a red band.
Right, but like if you watch a red band movie trailer, that
Yeah.
is not part
It's
of
like the
trailer.
MPAA puts that there.
The MPAA thing, it's a separate thing. This was in the trailer.
Yeah.
You can't find this trailer without that in front of it.
Oh,
I'm
not
like,
at all.
Jesus, guys, calm down.
Yeah, no.
This felt like the edgelord that you see the BuzzFeed articles making fun of for being edgelords. You know?
I don't understand. I mean, I guess I understand why the DCEU was trying to go in that direction for the longest. So I guess they were like, let's make a Titan show.
But it's like, even if
Same
you
way.
want to make it dark, it
How-
doesn't even feel like Titans because we see Starfire.
Do we,
and
though?
The weird, like, combustion thing she does, it looks cool, not for her.
But it's not green.
It's not green. It's not a starboat. It's not her
I
powers.
don't think it looks cool. I think it looked really cheesy.
I liked it, but I didn't like it for her because
Okay.
she doesn't light people on fire. That's not what she does. That's not Starfire.
It was just so weird. And I was like, okay, so Titans is inherently supposed to be more mature than Teen Titans because the
Mhm.
reason why they made a Titans comic in the first place was because they were starting to have the Teen Titans have sex in the comics, and they were like, well, we can't do that.
Yeah, let's take Teen out of the name.
Yeah,
So
teens don't have
let's
sex.
create the Titans. And well, I mean, this is back in like
You don't show it.
years ago. So like,
Conceal, don't
yes,
feel.
I understand that the Titans TV show should be more mature than we expect of a Teen Titans TV show. But this was like, I don't want an HBO Titans show. I want.
That's not even HBO. This is like CW if they did cocaine.
Yeah, this is
Or cocaine.
CW with the limitations of HBO.
Yeah.
Because like the feel is CW, like it's angsty and I'm upset with Batman and I'm throwing my birdarangs at the wall for no reason.
And that's so sad to me because I was actually really looking forward to the show. I was like really looking forward to giving it a chance. Like, I love the girl who plays Starfire. I loved her on 24.
Okay, yeah.
The guy, Ryan Potter, who's playing Beast Boy, I wanted him for Tim Drake in the DCEU, but then he got this, and I was like, that's cool, Beast Boy. That's
And he didn't even
awesome.
get to do anything in the trailer.
Which I
No,
hate. So even
There's
if
2 shots of him and Starfire.
comment this from
He
the point of
doesn't
view of
change.
someone who's not a massive Teen Titans fan, you're just watching the trailer, right? First of all, we haven't even mentioned the fuck Batman line, which is
Horrible. Not Dick Grayson.
but like you see this slow motion shot of this green kid jump
Mhm.
into the air.
He's not
Mhm.
even green. His hair is
Green
green.
haired kid jumping into the air with like music building up to
Nothing.
I'm like,
Nothing.
that was such a stupid shot to include. If you're not gonna show him change, don't show that shot.
Yeah, don't
of
put
him
that in the
not
trailer.
changing.
Because I'm sure in the show, he's going to change in that shot.
See, I'm worried if that's even gonna happen because this looks like the lowest of budgets.
Why? Don't use Beast Boy if you
Yeah.
can't afford to make him change.
I feel
He's
like
Beast Boy.
I've said this off mic, but I feel like they're gonna do something along the lines of he's imbued with the power of
Like
the
Vixen.
animals.
Yeah,
like
they better
Vixen.
not Vixen him.
I feel
I'm-
like that's gonna happen because this show does not have the budget for a giant green rhino. You know,
If they Vixen him, I might just cancel my subscription to whatever
no,
the service is called.
You can't cancel it because we need Young Justice.
I will watch it on yours. I'll get your
I was
password. to
planning
watch
on
Young
wait.
Justice.
I was planning
it's gonna
on
have
splitting
Young
it with you.
Justice.
Oh, that's fair.
It's gonna have the DCAU. It's gonna have.
Hold on, before we get to all the good stuff,
All
let's
right.
continue
Let's
this
keep bashing this
nonsense.
Oh, man. I feel bad for the actors.
garbage fire of a show.
It's just here's the thing. My problem, and I guess this is the least problematic part of it, is the Raven storyline they're working with. That can work, and that's something that we had on our Teen Titans show. But when your trailer for Titans is just Raven's storyline, it doesn't feel like a Titans
Yeah, I was
show.
about
It
to
feels
say,
like it's a Raven show, or it's like season 4 of the Teen Titans cartoon. But even then, we still haven't heard Beast Boy speak. We haven't heard Starfire speak. Hawk and Dove are just randomly there,
And killing
ripping
people.
dudes' faces off. It's like, why are they even here?
Oh yeah, no, there was like I felt like watching it. I was like, this is a Robin and Raven
Yeah.
TV show, and I've heard like
Are
we don't
supposed to
even
be
see them as a
shipping them now.
no, we don't even see them as a team.
Yeah, they just talk to each other. He's like, oh, I can help you.
But
Like,
even then, we don't
how?
even see like the entire team.
We don't.
As
We don't see
the
them interact with
Titans.
each other. We don't see them meet.
It's like somebody watched Batman v Superman and went, "Oh, people love the dark, angsty parts of this movie, right? That's what people like about this movie. Let's make a show about that."
And okay, so Jason Todd is also supposed to show up on this show at some point.
Of course he is.
Like, how when Dick Grayson is acting like Jason Todd, breaking people's necks and saying "fuck Batman" and all this stuff? Like, Dick doesn't hate Batman. Jason does.
Dick has a contentious relationship with Batman.
He's had issues
He
with Batman
has
before.
issues sometimes, but he has father-son relationships where you're not gonna be
Right.
like, I hate this
This
dude.
like granted,
Jason,
as
like,
far
hates
as
him.
character goes, the fuck Batman line isn't.
No, it's
completely
out of it's out of character. Even when
It
if
feels
he's
out of character. The
if he's
sentiment
pissed-
is not out of character, but the way he expresses it is out of character.
Yeah, because
him.
the delivery is just awful.
No, just like Dick wouldn't say that.
he would never say that.
He could if he was pissed. If it was like
No.
in the midst of an argument and I just
Dick
ran away
Grayson-
from home, Dick.
I don't think Dick Grayson would say
Transition between Robin and Nightwing, Dick. Yeah. It's
that.
I
Nah,
don't think he would.
I don't think he would.
Damien might.
Damien definitely would.
Damien
Yeah,
is
but
a
Damien
dick.
grew up on the fuck Batman philosophy. So.
That's true.
Jason
That's
would
true.
say it. Damien would say it. I don't see Tim or Dick ever.
Also-
It's just the fact he doesn't say fuck Batman. He says fuck Batman.
Also, Dick doesn't murder people in the street.
Exactly.
that too.
He's like breaking people's necks and stuff. Like,
yeah,
why are
he
you so
kicked
aggressive?
him on the floor and then stepped on the neck until it cracked.
Why? Why
even
is
know you
this
could do that.
happening? This show, just all the things that happen in the trailer. I'm like, none of this,
Don't know.
none of this is right.
Also,
Colin, did you see
Raven-
this trailer?
unfortunately.
Any thoughts?
I feel like this trailer felt like a 13-year-old emo kid
Trying to
wants
be
a
edgy.
Titans show and decided to make a fan trailer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what we got. And it's just like, okay, I don't have the attachment to the Teen Titans that the rest of y'all do.
I don't have an attachment to that TV show.
Cool.
That's just me in Dallas.
Point is, any way you look at it, like, I already don't like dark things in general. I tend to try to avoid darkness in my media. I don't understand why a team of young superheroes has to be, like, depressing in their like, why are they so angry? Why is everyone so sad? Why is Beast Boy not doing anything except jumping off a building?
Budget.
If you don't have the budget for that,
Don't do it.
Don't do the show.
exactly,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
pick another character, any other character who doesn't transform into things.
Also, they don't have a budget to be happy. Like, they don't have a budget for
No, that costs more.
smiles.
To be
It
fair,
costs more money to smile than it does to frown.
the,
Dallas.
Oh,
cr- the
God.
crazy thing is the team that they're using is usually a Teen Titans team, not even a Titans team. So if you're gonna make a Titans show, at least use a Titan.
Yeah,
team.
other than Cyborg, this is the Teen Titans.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, you said that, you know, in the comics, Titans, it's a different team.
yeah. The comic
This
Titans,
is the Teen Titans, although take out Cyborg and put in Hawk and Dove for some reason.
Sure.
and then eventually we're getting Superboy too.
In this show?
Superboy's supposed
Ah,
to show up at
The
some point.
angstiest of characters.
Oh,
Of course.
boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's if they. Well, no, they are. They're gonna use
Yo,
the
he
Young
about to be
Justice version of
snapping necks left and
Right.
right.
Because
Right.
the Young Justice version of Superboy is very different from the comic book version of Superboy.
This is going to be the punch the Joker through the heart.
But
Superboy.
see, here's the thing, though, is that is weird to me because, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, you've said the biggest criticism of Man of Steel was Superman just be killing fools.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about the city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like Titans is already at that level.
Yeah.
and it's only a trailer.
So,
Why
like,
everyone's complaining about it.
but if that's why people were upset,
Why do it?
That's
What
why
are
I
they-
don't
'cause I-
understand. I don't even understand the thought
Like-
process that went behind making a show that was going in this direction. Like, how did this get past the pitch meeting?
At least one that's called Titans.
I don't understand anything that happened here. Which is weird, because I feel like DC won Comic-Con with that Shazam trailer, but I also feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
DC lost Comic-Con because of this trailer.
To be fair, DC was also the only really really big franchise giving out a lot of stuff.
That's true, and this says something bigger about Comic-Con that we don't have time to get into right now. But
So, my wife is probably the only, like, second to me, has the biggest attachment to the Teen Titans show.
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
She's sitting here,
yeah.
and I think she has some thoughts on the Titans trailer.
Cool.
And
Introducing.
my wife.
I've been trying to grab the microphone from Dallas for like 5 minutes.
It became
Hi.
a physical thing. It was scary.
So, my first thing I'm going to say is that I'm going to try to play devil's advocate
Okay.
just for the fun of it because it makes it interesting,
This
I
show
guess.
is the devil.
But
don't
yeah, so
advocate
the
for
first
it.
thing I'm going to say is that the Teen Titans TV show, animated TV show, was very different from the comic book that came before it. Even in their commentary, they were saying how they were making a lot of these characters different,
That's true.
how they were changing things. After all, Slade is only called Slade. He's
Yep.
not mentioned as well, and like his son is
Deadpool.
even in it. His son, exactly. He's not mentioned as Deadpool. There's no sword, like, but yeah, his son's in it, and they make no reference towards them being related. So I will say that this isn't the first time they've shown that they're not going to really touch on the previous stuff. Even though I do not like the direction the DCEU is taking with the
What
darker
direction?
tones, I will say that this show does match what was previously shown of Batman, which is a much darker tone. You're like
Sure.
everybody's saying how what's his name?
Dick.
Dick.
Again,
How that Dick is shooting and killing people. However, in Batman versus Superman, Batman was killing people.
Yeah,
So
people hate
it
it.
would make I mean, I could see why people would hate it, but since they've already established that, it does make sense that his protege would also be killing people.
I think we also don't know if it's connected.
This is
to
not
the
part of the
DCEU.
DCEU.
Is it? Is it not? I'm not sure.
I'm not
Don't
sure
think.
yet either.
Well, Jason's dead,
It is he?
just say Robin.
but
We
there is
can't
supposed to be
hear
a
Dallas,
Nightwing
though.
movie coming in the DCU.
If they say that Robin is dead, maybe that could lend towards why he's saying fuck Batman.
Well, no, but Jason
Maybe.
Todd is dead. Dick
Right.
Grayson is not dead because we're getting a Nightwing movie, and they haven't
many
casted
Robins.
for him yet.
Oh, so it's not
So this
So it's
isn't
not
yeah, this
connected.
isn't connected to the movie verse at all. It's just let's make it dark.
It's
Yeah.
just a thing.
Which
Yeah,
I
it's
can
just
get. Maybe they were inspired by the tone
Right.
of the thing. But my problem is not that it's dark. You want to do Dark Titans, you can do Dark Titans. I mean, freaking the cartoon went dark a lot. Yeah, and you can do it well.
Yeah.
It's not that it's dark. It's that it feels like I just said, if a 5-year-old child ninja kicks someone's head off, or like Colin said, if a 13-year-old wrote it trying to be dark and edgy. That's what my problem is. Not that he said fuck Batman. My problem is the fact that he said fuck Batman.
Yeah, they do it dark and they do it over the top. It feels
Yeah.
over the top, and it's like
He
I
feels
know.
dark and corny.
Yeah, because I know
Yes.
Teen Titans can do dark. I've seen this storyline done in the cartoon, and it's the same thing of the movies. It's like you did it in animated, now do it worse in live action.
Mhm.
So it's like you're taking that season from the animated show, and now you're doing it worse in live action, and you're taking Cyborg out, and now you have Hawk and Dove. And it's just like we've already done this. You can do it again.
But live.
Just do what you did before live.
Calm down with it.
Yeah, just
Calm
like
that dick down.
okay. Hashtag calm
Oh.
that dick down.
Hashtag calm that. Yes, I got one.
Guess you got a hashtag.
I got a hashtag.
Oh boy.
You've got much. Where's my much?
So yeah, on that much happier note with that hashtag,
Yeah.
let's
Hashtag
get to a
calm
much
that dick
better Dick Grayson.
Oh yeah, let's
which
get to a
is-
better dick.
All right.
Oh yeah, we're talking
We're
about
improving
young,
our dicks here.
talking about Young Justice, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the good dick.
Yeah.
That good dick. Colin, you got any thoughts on the good dick?
Colin, how do you feel about the good dick versus the bad dick?
You guys can't see it, but Colin is like
Colin's dying.
laughing so
I
hard.
feel attacked.
What? You feel attacked by the dick? So that's the Titans' dick then.
So we're talking about Young Justice, and
Never mind.
Oh god.
I loved that trailer for what was a trailer.
Yeah.
Even I love the recap.
Yeah, I
too,
love the
because,
recap
you know,
too.
I love the show.
That annoyed
so I
the
love
hell out of me. No.
recap.
So I went to click on this 5.5-minute trailer, going, "Oh my god, it's a 5.5-minute trailer," only to find out not. It was a 2-minute trailer with 3.5 minutes of recap. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
That was annoying. But other than that,
Which I understand if you're showing it at Comic-Con, you're gonna want to show the recap so they know.
sure.
But
It's also been
on
5 years.
YouTube,
That's
like
fair.
on YouTube, why not just release the trailer part? Because on YouTube, it's listed
I don't
as
know.
Young Justice Outsiders trailer, but it's still mostly that recap.
Like I said, it's been
Yeah.
5 years
Been a while.
since then. So they're probably just trying to recap you in case you forgot.
Sure.
In case you didn't watch it in the past 3 years like we did.
I completely understand. It still annoyed me.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Wally died.
Yeah.
Well, it did. And he's in this
Yeah.
trailer. Which
Is-
I would have probably held back on.
Is he in the
Wait,
new
no,
part of the
he's not
trailer?
in the trailer.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry.
He's in the
That's Bart.
Yes, Bart
Yes.
is in this trailer.
Bart is wearing a yellow suit, and I
Yes.
thought he was
Impulse.
Wally when I
No,
first
he's not
saw him.
Wally.
Well, he's new Kid Flash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assuming.
Yeah.
So sorry, I forgot. When I initially watched it, I was like, "Oh, it's Wally," and then I was like, "Wait, why are they showing him in this?" And then I realized that it was Bart in a similar costume.
Should warn our listener that this conversation for the next few minutes is going to get deep into DC lore because that's the nature of Young Justice. So either you are a huge Young Justice fan, or you're a huge DC fan, or you're
I
not going
mean-
to follow.
Okay, we don't have to go deep in lore. My concern.
You said Impulse.
Yeah.
Deep.
Impulse is inherently deep in lore. You're talking about the fourth, like the third Kid Flash.
That's his
Fourth
name.
and a half.
It is Impulse, but
Flash.
like, yeah, that's like talking about Stephanie Brown when
Well, I'm
we're
saying,
listing
like, we
Robin.
can talk about it,
Is that not his
or
name
we
on
can
the
stop
show?
and explain who all
I'm
these
just saying,
people
if we're talking about him, by default, we're deep in the lore. This is Impulse
Right.
is a deep cut character.
are. He really is.
But he's on the show.
Right,
He's
that's
on
what
the
I'm
show.
saying. You
Yeah.
are either
He
a
is-
Young Justice fan, or you're just a deep DC
Oh my gosh.
fan.
So anyway,
So Impulse,
he is
who
a-
is Flash number 4.5,
he is
is taking over for Kid Flash, who is Flash 3.5.
he's Flash. Oh, that's right, because Jay Garrick exists in this universe.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing that I noticed though, more so than anything else, was the people who are missing from the trailer.
Elaborate.
Like Miss Martian is nowhere to
True.
be found, and I'm
She's in prison for mind rape.
I don't think that's where she is.
She should be.
Maybe.
Kayla says she saw her in one of the clips.
Really?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I didn't-
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Where?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Freckles.
What?
I saw a chick with freckles. Clip.
In one of the fast clips?
Okay,
when they do
I
the
I would
sticky
have to go
ones.
shot by shot because as far as I'm concerned, a lot of other fans didn't see her in there either.
I personally didn't see her, but it was hard to keep up with what I saw.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know I saw Static.
Now playing. We
Yeah,
did
hype
see
for that.
Static.
I got
So the most excited
we
part
saw
of the fast clips. For
we
me.
saw a lot of characters who are going to be new to the show, and we did not see a lot of characters who are old to the show. Like Batgirl's not. I don't think she. I think she might pop up in a trailer, sort of, but not really. Not as Batgirl. She pops up as Barbara,
Yeah, it's hard for me to keep up with.
and she's on TV at that moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's like deep cut into that trailer.
Yeah,
But like
Deep cuts.
deep cuts.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Definitely.
Even though we watched it like right before we did this podcast, but that was like 2 hours ago. So.
No. I mean the show. I'm gonna have to
the
rewatch
show.
Young
Oh, I'm
Justice.
planning to rewatch it before the season comes out.
Down.
Because
Uh,
we got Calder, the
Calder
good dick.
Calder got
We did get the good
facial
dick.
hair.
Yeah, we got Superboy.
Who is indistinguishable? Superboy. From
Yeah.
the good dick.
Everybody had a glow up, and Superboy and Dick look almost exactly alike.
Yeah, it was confusing.
See, I didn't really have trouble telling Superboy apart from.
I
Grayson.
did because I thought Dick was Superboy for a minute there. I'm
Okay.
not used
Yeah.
to Dick not wearing
his mask.
So my
No, but he's wearing the
initial-
mask. It's easy.
Yeah, because he has a mask.
Because he has a
But
mask.
Now throughout the show he always wears a mask, and this season he's not wearing a
Took
mask.
off the mask. Who
Took
are you? I think it'd be hilarious if that's an episode. He shows up with the mask off, and everyone's like, "I'm sorry, do we know you?"
Who are you? One of my favorite
Dick
things.
who?
I saw a GIF set like last night, and somebody had put from season 1 where Artemis shows up at Gotham Academy for the first time, and he takes a picture with her.
Oh.
Somebody grabbed that GIF, and then underneath that GIF, they put a GIF of them showing up to that party together, all dressed up in suit and tie. And then like the line that he says when he takes the picture, like, "You're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh at this later." And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, "That's the
I love that.
cutest thing
Yeah.
ever." Like, oh my gosh, we've come so far. Look at this. They're grown.
Yeah, they're all grown up now, which is honestly
2
one of the
seasons.
more annoying aspects of the show.
Yeah. that's
Time
true.
jumps.
Yeah, they show up and they're like, "And now we're
5
grown
years
men
older.
I mean, at this point,
and women."
the time jump is. It makes sense because it's been like 5 years since we got the show.
Yeah, it
Even-
makes sense
yeah.
now.
Yeah, the first time I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's been
5
how long?
Yeah, I remember watching season 2 and being like, because I watched season 2 immediately after season 1,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wait a minute, whoa, hold on,
Yeah.
Magon and Connor aren't together anymore, and like this is
Took you
happening.
5 years to figure
What
out
is
what
this?
happened during those 12 minutes or whatever.
It's like, what's
Frustrating.
happening? Wait, so much has changed in the last 5 years. Hold on, I just watched the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. You binge watching it is a confusion for a second there. But Young Justice is like one of my favorite animated shows
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
ever. So I'm like,
DC and their animated shows. Man.
they get good showrunners. What
Yeah.
can I say?
Fantastic.
Even though Young Justice keeps getting canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a great show. Like, it's one of those great shows that just
Like
keeps getting canceled.
Batman the Animated Series, which is my favorite animated show of all time. Dallas and I was gonna say Dallas, Kayla, and I, but honestly, it's Dallas and I and Kayla and Dallas
Yeah.
are doing a rewatch, and it's reminding me of why it's my favorite show of all time.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in years. I don't remember much about it.
I also have been watching the trailer on silent this whole time, and I saw no girl with freckles, but
Interesting.
I've been half paying attention.
We're just going to do frame by frame later.
That's fair.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but I'm super excited. They literally just recently pushed it back to the beginning of 2019 instead of the end of 2018, which made me sad. But
Yeah, they'll keep doing that until the end of time.
if it comes out
Never getting
great,
the show.
then I don't have any complaints. I want the best possible Young Justice show I can get,
Yeah, fair.
and I'm looking forward to the Outsiders because the Outsiders are an actual team in the comic books too. It's, Dick's team, as a matter of fact.
It's Dick's team?
Yep, it's Dick's
Okay.
team. After he no longer wants to deal with the Titans and the Teen Titans.
Yeah, none of us want to anymore.
Which, like, which makes sense because the last time we saw Young Justice, he was leaving the Young Justice team and he left it for Batgirl to lead. Which is why I was like, why isn't Batgirl anywhere
Fuck
in
Young
this trailer?
Justice.
I mean, I feel like that Dick from Titan would probably feel that way.
Yeah, the bad Dick.
Yeah,
should call him
but
his-
Young Justice, looking forward to it. That's like the main reason I would want the DC streaming service is that.
Honestly, that DC streaming service is looking more appealing than I want to admit. Because they're also gonna have all the movies on there that includes like the Dark Knight trilogy, the old Michael Keaton Batman movies, the old Superman
Nice.
movies. All that stuff's gonna be on there. So I'm like, all right, you
Yeah.
know what? You might have my money.
So next on the list, we also had Cloak and Dagger, but I think me and Jesse are the only ones who watched that show, and I think the only thing that was really established at that panel was that they're getting a season 2.
Okay, cool. I am behind on the show.
I'm also behind on the show.
I'm
so
enjoying what I think I'm 4 or 5 episodes in now.
I think you're ahead of me now. I tried to catch up again.
Then
and I
maybe
didn't.
not.
Oh,
So I think I just finished the episode I was in the middle of the last time we
Oh,
talked.
Yeah, I'm like four.
I still haven't gotten to that bathtub thing you're
I
talking
think I'm like
about.
4 or 5 episodes behind.
So yeah, I like it so far. It's not blowing me away or anything, but I enjoy it.
It's a great show, though. Like, just objectively, it's a great show.
Probably the most. I gotta think about this statement before I say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Probably the most mature superhero show that's out there right now. I think.
Outside of the Netflix series, probably.
Yeah. Just on like even the Netflix series, they don't tend to deal with the themes that Cloak and Dagger is dealing with.
Oh yeah, Cloak and Dagger is going deep
I
on
mean,
the
you
themes,
got like drug
man.
use in there. You got underage sex.
Underage sex, underage
Are
drinking.
they underage?
Yeah,
They're definitely
because
underage
he's
for
in high
drinking.
school, and I think she's also of
Okay.
high school age.
Sleeping with her older boyfriend. I have questions about that.
I mean, she's also doesn't have good parenting. So
well, that's the thing. Is like I'm wondering, is that a thing? Is he supposed to be older, and this
Also-
is supposed to be as creepy as I think it is?
I don't think he's supposed to be that much older than her.
Hmm.
Enough that it's not creepy, but enough that he's older.
Okay.
But also dealing with police brutality, like the first episode, literally
yeah?
his brother is killed by a
Mhm.
cop,
Yeah.
and he spends most of the next few episodes trying to deal
Find
with that
that guy.
and try and kill that cop. Like, that's a big deal, dude.
And even that scene where he goes in to confront him with the gun, and he starts like freaking out while
Yeah.
holding the gun.
Like, that show is heavy, especially.
very heavy.
And what's funny is a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's going to be on Freeform. It's going to be so cheesy." And I'm like,
Yeah.
Freeform is trying to change its image. It's not going to be as cheesy.
This feels like what Titans wants to be. I
Yeah,
think
this is what.
because it's dark and angsty too. Cloak and Dagger is definitely dark and angsty,
But it
you
does
don't
it right.
right. You don't think of it as dark and angsty.
Yeah,
You
you're like,
just think of it's mature. It takes place in a dark world, and dark stuff happens. In
'Cause
it,
what
and
was
people are gonna be
crazy-
sad about it.
I think what caught me off guard about Cloak and Dagger was hearing Dagger. She cussed at one point, and not
Mhm.
like you normal, like we're on like cable television, but we can't say too much. So
Yeah, she says
she said like
something.
she said shit at one point.
Did she?
I think.
Although to be fair, shit is allowed on like
I don't think.
AMC now.
Yeah, it's allowed on cable, but it's not allowed
Yeah.
on like network
What
television.
got me is when she's hanging out with the dude with her boyfriend, who I was wondering, what is the relationship here? Are
The
we gonna
car scene,
right?
where
I was like,
yeah.
are you gonna imply that there's something going
No,
on? They
there
didn't
was
imply
no
nothing. We just
imply.
cut to her writing him. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, like you
Okay,
don't
so
see
we're going
anything,
there.
but you know.
And again, I think the implication is he is like over 18. That dude's over 18,
Yeah, I think he's over.
and
18.
she is not.
Yeah,
So
but he's That show is
yeah,
That
it
is
goes there.
Cloak and Dagger is the show that Titans wanted to be,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and just did not succeed.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it so far.
I enjoy it too. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
season 2, cool.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
need
think
to get
that's
further into season 1 before
I think that's
decide
all
if
that
I'm
they
excited
announced
or not.
because season 1 basically just ended. So I don't think
That
they've
would
even
make
started
sense.
writing season 2. I think it's just like, hey,
Because this is a weekly show. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a Netflix show where it's all dumped.
yeah.
down
So
at
it's like,
once.
hey, guys, season 2, we're getting it. Season 1 is over. But yeah, that's all there is to say about Cloak and Dagger.
Cool.
So-
Moving on.
Before we move like completely off, my question for you guys was: is there anything that had a panel or was like footage that was released that you guys were interested in, like individually? Because I know that there's stuff that I'm into that you guys aren't.
Let's start with Colin before he runs away from us.
Good point.
I don't think so.
All right. That was
Like,
calling everybody.
I
I mean, you're the only one who shared the Gifted trailer in.
yeah, I mean, I am excited for that. Season 1 was mostly okay, and then it got really good right at the end.
Yeah.
I need to
Um,
catch
You know,
up.
same way as with Cloak and Dagger. I got to finish it because I've enjoyed what I've seen so far. I just never got back into it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited to see where The Gifted goes. Hoping it focuses less on the main characters because I don't like them as much. But
The family.
no, I mean the parents are cool, and honestly the girl is cool. I don't
you
like
don't
the
like
dude.
the teenage boy.
I don't like
You
him.
know
You've
what?
never liked the
Same.
teenage
I've never
boy.
liked him.
Me and you were both kind of on
But-
that boat.
They made some choices at the end of the season finale that makes me more interested.
Okay.
So I'm down.
So
Gifted or Legion?
At this point, Gifted.
Nice.
Legion season 2
threw you
did
off.
some things that I'm not happy about. It did some
Alright.
things I'm really happy about, and then it did some things I'm not happy
I'm
about.
just proud of
so-
you for watching a season 2.
I mean, you know.
You don't do that.
So it was crazy because you posted
Yeah.
some pictures of the villain in the group chat, and
Right.
Who dat? Who the villain?
I
I
the
have
villain?
no idea. Her name is
You-
Reva something.
you posted
Not Connors.
Well, it was
Okay, good.
yeah, it was crazy because you posted the picture of her, and I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, is that who I think it is? And like she was on Empire. They recently got rid of her character at the end of this previous season, but she was like a big deal on Empire and was such a bitch. But she's phenomenal. on that show, and now I'm like, I have to catch up.
All right,
I have to see
I'm
her.
excited because one of the things that I think The Gifted does well is antagonists.
Oh,
I don't remember his name, but the bald guy
I don't think
who's trying to track them down.
Oh,
season
Kobe
1.
Bell. I'm also a big fan
He's
of him.
great.
Yeah.
Like I didn't care about him, and then some stuff happened with him, and it was like, oh, I'm feeling for you, which is great. Like the fact that they can do that. I was not expecting The Gifted to be as good as it was.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was good from what I had seen of the show. I need to catch back up. But yeah, no, the actress who is playing Reva, Grace Byers, she is fantastic. So is her husband.
And in relation to Will Byers of the Stranger Things.
No, because she's black. Well, she's mixed, so maybe. But
Yeah.
no.
I also
Winona Ryder seems to get around.
I
Oh my God.
want to say that I'm excited for the Dragon Prince, but I can't say that I'm excited for it yet because I know nothing about it other than who's making it.
Dallas is excited, though.
Yeah, so
Hold
is
on.
Jesse.
Not just gonna let Colin step all over my answer.
Thank you.
Ooh, snap.
Yeah, the Dragon Prince.
That looks awesome.
I'm
I don't
so
know what Colin's
excited.
talking about.
And no, I understand what he's saying because I don't know anything about it, but it
Yeah,
looks
fair.
awesome, and I want it. I want it a lot.
Yeah, and also
Avatar
when
team.
you tell me the writer of The Last Airbender,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm in.
I'm in it. No,
I
not
know-
that last Airbender.
I know absolutely.
The writer of
nothing.
Avatar: The Last
you.
Airbender, the animated series, not. I mean, that's the only version of that exists. So
Yeah, I don't know what Colin's
I
talking
don't
about.
know Colin, what are you worried about?
But yeah, that was my answer for something that I didn't know anything about. That I didn't know it existed until this trailer dropped, and I was like, "Wait, who
Really?
made this?" Yeah,
'Cause Colin had definitely posted articles in the group chat about it.
I miss a good amount of the articles you guys post in the group chat.
That's unfortunate.
It's a lot. It's a lot of content. I definitely missed that one, but I saw this trailer and I was like, I didn't know they were doing another thing, and it looks, the animation is different, obviously, but when you look at the way they fight and everything,
I feel like it's not.
someone does something that looks like airbending, and I know it's not because it's a different show.
Sure.
But some kind of spiral like flies out of his hands, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'm in.
Although, how cool would it be if they did a Split-esque final reveal where you find out it is in the same universe the whole time?
Thing is, I don't know that I want that if I can't remember their names.
Showrunners.
Yeah, Dante DiMartino
Konietzko.
and Brian. Thank you, Konietzko. If they're not attached, I don't really want more Avatar. It's a thing.
That's fair. I understand.
But, I mean, the thing is, it doesn't matter if I'm excited for Dragon Prince or not. All episodes are out in one day. They're all out at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to binge it.
Same.
And
You're gonna
you
come
know,
over and we're gonna sit down and binge.
Oh,
it.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
I-
that's, honestly, the Netflix model is just a really good argument for why not watch it? Not like you have to wait.
That was the best advertisement for Netflix I think I've ever heard.
Netflix needs to
Why not
sponsor
watch
us,
it? It's
apparently.
Netflix, why not watch it? That's their slogan.
I know nothing about this show because I didn't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's
true. Yeah,
I got through the first 8 episodes and stopped.
This just in, to me, is a disappointment.
I'm always a disappointment. Let's be honest.
No, I agree with him.
I disagree. Demi's great.
Thank you, Dallas. But I'm
It'd be
also
great
the,
and a disappointment.
I'm also the only person Dallas can discuss comic books with. So
True. So
Yeah, they annoy me too much.
me and Dallas are the only ones who read like Marvel and DC comics. So
yeah.
Colin
Colin
can't
reads
participate.
hipster comics.
He reads Image comics, but he doesn't read the one that I read.
Yeah.
So you're right. I only read one. Jesse, you?
Yeah.
Jesse.
Oh, like another panel? that I was
Yeah. Is
sad
there
about?
anything that interested you and might not interest the rest
Not
of
really.
us?
We kind of covered everything. I like the idea that Poe Dameron was court-martialed by the fans.
Oh my god.
That was fun.
This was me, Colin, and Jesse went through every panel that was going to be happening at Comic-Con, and apparently there was a panel where Poe Dameron was court-martialed
They
by
did
the
an
fans.
trial trial for him to see if he would be punished for his
Based
crimes.
on like
and-
actual
Wow.
laws, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So that
It was
sounds
intense.
interesting.
That sounds intriguing. But
It's
no, other than that, as
intriguing.
far as like the pop culture stuff in the world, the announcements and all that, no, Dragon Prince was a good call because I forgot about that. But yeah, I'm very excited for Dragon Prince.
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, I will look through my notes real quick and see if I missed anything.
Well,
Also, I have
then-
3% battery, so let's do this. It's gonna work
We know
out great.
Demi has something.
Since I was, yeah, I have 2 actually.
Oh, look at that.
So the Magicians also had a panel,
Mm.
and I love the Magicians so
is true.
much. And they released, and it's not even a trailer. It's I'm gonna just spoil it because I don't think anybody here is ever gonna watch that show. At the end of season 3,
My phone
all
died.
of the characters except one character loses their memories and think that they are somebody else.
Wow.
So what they did to market season 4 is they did a quote unquote behind the scenes featurette where they're interviewing the actors, and the actors are pretending like they are on a completely different show.
Yeah,
Have
that's funny.
no idea what they're talking about. Like, oh, I'm playing this character.
Yeah.
And, you know, she does this, and this is like her storyline. And this actor, you know, he's really, one of the characters ends up being possessed by an evil, like, creature who is very childlike and is constantly asking, like, will you play with me? And so the
Interesting.
actor is entirely, whenever we interview him or see him, he's just acting like a child.
Nice.
So they're like, he's really into his character. I don't know what direction he's trying to take this in.
That's cool.
And then the other actor who has memory of everything that's happened on the show, she's the one who's like, I don't know what's up with the cast. They're all acting like this is some different show.
That's really cool.
And like, I don't
like
know
it.
what's going on here. So
Yeah.
like, that was their promo for season 4, was all the actors pretending they didn't really know what the show was.
That's dope.
And so they're like, yeah, we're on a show called The Magicians, but like, I don't know where the magic comes in. It's more like a bunch of random people doing random careers and things. So yeah, I thought that was really clever, and I loved every moment of it. It was really funny. And I just love like all the actors that are on that show. So good on them. And then my second one, this is actually probably the most exciting trailer for me out of like the entirety of Comic-Con, was, I was mentioning earlier that I only read one Image comic, and that comic is Deadly Class. One of my friends recommended it to me like last semester, and it is phenomenal. Like about a bunch of teenagers who go to an academy for assassins.
Yeah.
But it's just so good, and it takes place in the 80s. So they finally released a full-on trailer instead of a featurette sneaking the peek at the show, and oh my gosh, like I nearly cried. Like it looks like it's gonna be very similar to the comics. I was concerned because I was like, I don't know, it's gonna be on Sci-Fi.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure how graphic they were gonna be, because the comic gets really graphic and really disgusting.
Oh boy.
And so I was like, I don't know how like graphic this is gonna be. And there's a part in the trailer where this character named Brandy, who's a Goram racist in this, and she's like super racist.
The blonde girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super racist in the comic. She passes a
It would
note.
be the blonde one.
Yeah. She passes a note. Well, she's like a white supremacist. She passes a note
would be the
to
blonde
the
one.
to the main character Marcus, and as she's passing it to him, the teacher slams like his cane onto the note and flicks it back at her, and the cane smacks her in the nose, and she just starts bleeding.
I saw that in the trailer. Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Like, and then she like takes the blood from her nose and licks it like in a seductive way, and I was just like, this show is going to be as messed up as it's supposed to be.
That was funny. Yeah, because we all watched that together, and for some reason, when that happened and she took her blood and, you know, started licking on it, Gabby was like, that's something I would do.
Jesus,
And I was like, what?
What?
this is why
but,
she's not allowed on our show anymore.
Yes,
But
Gabby was
yes,
kicked off.
But that wasn't the part that got me. What really got
Self-imposed
me.
kicking off.
So my favorite character in the comic books, her name is Maria, and she's absolutely fantastic. And she is in this trailer, and the first time we see her, she's dancing at like a parade, and
Yeah.
I think that's actually a scene in the comic books. And then later on, we see her get into a spar with the main character Marcus and kick his ass, and like I almost started crying right then, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like she's like, it was literally one of those moments where it's like, oh my gosh, you took one of my favorite characters off the page, and now she's like on screen, and
Nice.
she looks like she's gonna be amazing. And she's like, the other night I realized that if I made a list of like my top 3 assassins, she is in media, just in general media, she's my number 2,
Nice.
and I love her so much, and she kills people with fans, and
Are
it's great.
hitmen and assassins the same thing?
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So if I was gonna make it, I was just thinking I might make a top 10 list, but some of them are hitmen.
I don't know if I'd make a top 10, but I know what my top 3 are, and she is definitely number 2.
That'll be for another podcast.
That's
Tune
another
in next week
podcast. Yeah,
or next month or
One day.
one day. So yeah,
more than heaven
but
knows.
Deadly Class, I'm super looking forward to it. I highly recommend that people read the comics if you can stand the content that's in it, because it's
Interesting.
really messed up. Also, the guy who wrote the comics wrote the first episode, and I think he's
Oh,
co-showrunner on the show.
That's
also,
awesome.
it's produced by.
It's produced by the Russo brothers, who directed
True.
the Avengers movies.
That is true.
Well,
Well,
who
Civil
directed
War.
Avengers Infinity War, and they directed the Cap movies.
Yeah, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity
And-
War,
and-
and Infinity 4, whatever it's gonna be called.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
they are producing it. So
And seem to be like hands-on producing too. Not,
yeah, because they're in the featurettes and like
they're
they
very much in the
apparently really love the content
Mhm.
of the comic, which I don't blame them. It's a great comic. So
It's not like a Spielberg thing where he's just gonna put his name on it and walk away.
yeah, no, they seem to be like heavily involved and you know. But Remender is the guy who wrote the comic is the guy who is in charge. He's a co-showrunner. So I think that's cool, and it's great because I was catching up on the comics a few weeks ago. I read like 17 comics in the span of a night, and I was reading some of the letters that they send to people, and even in the letters of some of these comics, you can see him talking about, oh, well, we're currently writing a show. Oh, we just got the show picked up by a network, and just like seeing the process
And it
in
was that
his
show.
yeah. And now there's something to
That's cool.
see, so I'm excited.
It was like me with Sam Witwer when I found out he wasn't going to be in the movie Trivia Schmodown because he
He
got
just
some
got in a
gig.
role.
And then I found out that gig was Supergirl season 2, and now I'm really hoping he plays Lex Luthor.
He's not. They announced who he's playing.
Oh, who's he playing?
Oh God, I don't remember.
All right, well, you look it up. I'm going to talk about my thing, my panel, because I thought of it. Stranger Things season 3.
Oh yeah. they
Yeah,
had a panel.
because that trailer was nothing.
I mean, I think we're all excited about Stranger Things, though.
I believe
I am, at
I'm the
least.
biggest fan of Stranger Things here. You saw season 2, right? To me,
I love
Sorry.
season 2. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like season 2 more than season 1. Colin, you don't watch season 2s. And Dallas, have you seen any of it?
I've seen season 1,
Okay.
and I liked it, but I liked it less than everyone else in America. So I didn't watch season 2, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I think season 2 was way better than the first one, and I love the first season.
I don't know if I like it better, but I definitely think it's a solid second
Mhm.
season. It's definitely
That-
up there.
The ending of Stranger Things season 2 is one of my favorite endings I've ever seen. It's such a perfect conclusion to that story. You could end the show there.
You could
and
end
it
it.
would be perfect. Where it was just, here's where their arcs were going, and then they ended up there for every character.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful and so simple, but like it makes me all emotional inside.
And then you get that tease. And
And then you get the tease, which is perfect because they're playing "I'll Be Watching You" or "Every Move You Make," "Every Breath You Take." That's what it's called. You know the song.
Yeah.
Which is a great, kids dancing romantically song, but
In
also
8th grade,
it's kind of creepy
Yeah.
because every move you take, every step you take,
I'll be watching you.
But yeah, I'm very excited. We don't know pretty much. We got a casting announcement, and I was like, oh, cool, some other cool person from the '80s, right?
I think we've
I
gotten
believe-
a couple of casting announcements
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
I'm gonna look into that. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep vamping while you look that up. But yeah, that trailer was cute. Yeah, look,
I mean,
Star
it's not
Court
really
Mall.
a cheese. It's not really a teaser. It's more like a.
Yeah, it's just a little fun thing to tide fans over. We know it's coming. That's all we need to know. Apparently, there'll be a mall. That's a big part of it. Steve works at like a hot dog on a stick or something. But yeah, I'm hoping the Mind Flayer comes back because he was a great villain, or it was a great villain.
Off topic, I did find who Sam Witwer's playing. He's playing a character named Agent Liberty.
That sounds stupid. Is he a comic book character?
I believe so.
That makes sense.
With that name, yeah.
Yeah.
But he looks creepy.
All right.
Um,
But yeah,
hold on, I'm looking into
Colin?
the cast still.
I thought of another one
Yeah.
that I'm really excited for, which is Good Omens. They had a behind-the-scenes featurette that told me very little, but I don't care because it sounds great. So, from what I understand, because that's one of those books, like, I started reading it and then I lost interest, but I'm excited for the show. Because, like, basically it's about an angel played by Michael Sheen and a devil played by David Tennant who end up, like, hanging out. I think they're already friends when the story starts, but they, like, have to find the Antichrist. And
alrighty. Played by who?
yeah, I don't know who plays the kid.
Hmm.
I know it's a kid, but
Jacob Tremblay, probably.
also that's the one they cast Francis McDormand as God, which sounds
You
great.
did mention that.
It's a step forward from Hereditary. Oh no, that wasn't. Was that her?
I don't know.
Hereditary. That's Frances McDormand, right? No, it's Toni Collette. Same difference.
No, they're different people
Nah, they're the
with
same
different names. But like,
Yes. Frances McDormand is 3 Billboards.
yeah, that's what she. Anyway, yeah, I'm really excited for that one because I kind of feel like it's gonna end up like American Gods, mainly because they're both written by Neil Gaiman,
Thought
which
you
is
didn't
like
American Gods.
I did. I liked American Gods a lot. I didn't
Oh.
like the book. I thought the book was really dull, and the show was a great improvement. And so I'm kind of hoping the same thing happens with Good Omens, where I didn't like the book, but the
Yeah, it's the
adaptation
show.
makes it great. Also, I mean, I'll watch David Tennant in pretty much anything.
Yeah. And I like that it's kind of against type. I know David Tennant has obviously played the Purple Man, Kilgrave, and Jessica
But
Jones,
he's not
but-
playing he's not playing a sinister character.
Okay. He's playing the nice devil.
I mean, the whole thing is really comedic.
Oh, okay.
Because Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, in general, both write comedic stuff. Well, Terry
That's
Pratchett
Sandman,
more.
right? Neil Gaiman Sandman?
Yes, and Terry Pratchett is all of the Discworld novels, if you ever read any of those.
Not a one.
Basically, what he tends to do is he writes fantasy novels that also have a lot of social commentary and are really, really funny.
Ah, cool.
So I'm excited to see, like, an angel and a devil hanging out and being comedic about it.
If they don't end up on somebody's shoulders by the end of that show, though, I feel like it's a
They're
waste.
human size, so probably not.
But like they're also an angel and a devil. I feel like they could change that.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't really remember.
Also, I don't know. Put them on a giant statue or something. Just somehow get that aesthetic across.
Yeah, they'll probably make that happen.
All
To
right.
me?
So I found the Stranger Things cast. So Lucas's sister is coming back. Yay.
Oh yeah, cool.
She was fabulous.
Yeah.
Eleven's lost sister is probably coming back. Kali.
Oh, nice.
It sounds like the chances are very high that she's going to come
I
back.
know everyone hated that episode, but I liked her.
I love that episode. And then the girl from the teaser is a new character.
Ha! Called it. The one who's working with Steve at the hot dog
Yeah.
and stick.
And then Carrie Ulwis.
Carrie Elwes. Oh, that
Elwes.
was the big '80s star.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's-
What's his name? What's his name in Princess Bride? What's his name? Yeah, Wesley. I knew that.
And then Jake Busey is going to be in it.
Like Gary Busey's kid or something.
I believe so.
Okay.
But yeah, those are the
Carrie
two.
Elwes was the one I was thinking of.
Those
that
are the
is
two
big on it.
that are new to the show.
Because, every season you got to have that one big '80s star showing up.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder.
So yeah, that's
Sean Astin.
that's everything that has happened at Comic Con.
Yeah. That was Comic-Con 2018.
Thank you guys for joining us for this audio
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes, if you made it through to the end, congratulations.
I don't know why, but like, cool. I'm happy you did.
And thank you. Because, we're the reshoots. Why not watch it? Listen to it. Whatever.
I kind of like that slogan. That's not a bad slogan.
That should be, yeah.
We could
No.
start using that on like
Colin says no, but we can outvote him.
our business cards.
We're the reshoots.
We're the reshoots. Why not watch it?
Just why not watch?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Why not watch?
Or why not listen for the podcast?
Why not listen? Why not?
Why
Yeah.
not?
The reshoots. Why
Why
not?
not? You're not doing anything.
I like this.
You're listening to
We're onto
podcasts about
something.
Comic-Con.
All right. So thank you guys for joining in on another episode of Double Tap. We are the reshoots.
Have fun out there.